Okay, hello everyone. In this video, we're going to look at the homework. And the first question is type 1 error and type 2 error. So this, I can skip the first one. Type 1 error is you reject it, but it should not reject it. Type 2 error is you failed to reject it, but you should reject it. Okay, let's look at the second two problem. Okay, so let's look at the second two. Okay, so for this problem, it asks you, first one is alpha. Alpha is type 1 error. Alpha is type 1 error. Type 1 error is you reject it. Okay, type 1 error is reject, probability of rejected. So the first question is, anywhere from 5 to 7, we shall not reject we will not reject it. So from 5 to 7, not reject, so which means from 0 to 4, 0 less than x less than equal to 4, and plus x is bigger than 7. Bigger than 7 is bigger than equal to 8. Because you cannot count to 7, it's 5 to 7, you do not reject it. So this you will reject it. So we need to find the probability of 0 to 4 by using the table here. The table here we got n equals 10. So n equals 10 and p equals 0.6. So 0.6 go to 10, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 0.41662 plus bigger than 8, so it's going to be 1 minus 8507. So it's going to be 1 minus 7. We cannot do 7, right? So 1 minus 0.8507, because this is up to 8. You subtract it, so it's going to be 8. You just do 8, 7, 9, 10. So 1 minus that is going to be 8, 9, 7, 10. So add this is 1662 plus this is 0.1483. So together it's going to be, wait, this is 9. Okay, so is, let me double check it. So it's 8, no, my bad. So it's 8, 9, 10. You have to use 10 minus up to 7, minus 7, 6. So you use the summation from n equals 0 to 10 minus summation from n equals 0 to 7. So n equals 6. 0.6 go down. Here 10, 7, 8, 3, 2, 7. So minus 8, 3, 2, 7. It's up to here, right? Okay, 7. So plus 0.1673. So add them together is 0.3335. Okay, this is rejection type 1 error. So let's look at the second one. Second one is beta is type 2 error. Type 2 error is will not rejected. Type 2 error is probability not rejection. Not reject is going to be p x bigger than equal to 5, less than equal to 7. So basically we're going to use from n from 0 to 7 minus everything, right? Minus n from 0 to 4, because you up from 5. So minus 0 to 4 px. Now let's p equals 0.5. P equals 0.5. Still we'll look at this. 0.5 up to 10. Not this one, but this one. 10, 0.5, and up to 7. So it's going to be up to 7 is going to be 9453. So equals 0.9. So this is 0 to 7, n equals 10, 0 to 7 is let me say 5. 5 goes down to here, so 7 is 0.959453. Minus up to 4, so it's 0.3770. So your answer is going to be, if you subtract those two, it will give you 3 minus 0, 3, 5 minus 7 is 8, 4 minus 6, so it's 3, 6, and it's it's 3. 3 minus is 3. And 9 minus 8, so 8 minus 3 is 5. So you got 5, 6, 8, 3. Okay. And in the same way you can find the second one. You do the exact same thing. You do exact same thing, but you choose a different row on 0.7. Go 0.7 and use 7.6172 minus 0.0473. You got exactly the same thing, okay? So neither one of them is good because the alpha and the beta are relative, the probability is too large, which means it's very easy to make a mistake. There's 30% to make a mistake on the first one, 56 to make a mistake on the second one. So you don't want a very high probability to making a mistake. So neither of them is not good. Neither of them is very good. Okay, so we don't want to have those kind of things. Number 3. Problem 3. You can see this is a binomial distribution. It's binomial distribution. P equals 0.4 and Q equals 0.6. And we can, when the n is bigger than or equal to 30, we can use normal distribution to estimate the binomial distribution. Basically, we can this x is a base to mu MPQ, so mu equals, normal distribution. Normal distribution mu equals MP. So for the first one, 0.4 times 300, mu equals 120. Sigma equals square root of MPQ. So it's square root of 0.4 times 0.6 times 300. Okay, so it's going to be square root of 2472. Okay, so basically it's 120 and the square root of 72. What do we need to do here is find alpha. Alpha is P equals 0.4 and the rejection point 105 less than equal to 100 less than equal to x less than equal to 135. So what we need to do, since this is a binomial distribution, so it's going to be 0 from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 until 104, right? So since when we use the binomial distribution to approximate the normal distribution, we need to add 0.5 on the end. So it's going to be what we find the z-score. So z-score is going to be 10.4.5 minus the mu value. So z equals x minus mu over sigma, right? So mu is what? 120 and over square root of 72. This is the first z1. So you find out this z1, use the calculator, find this one. Let's do this. You can do it. Let me see. Let me find the calculator. So what you need to do, use the calculator, do this one. Square root of 72 is 8.485. 104.5 minus 120 equals negative 15.5. So we divide it. So divide by 8.485. So 8.485 equals. So equals negative 1.83. And then you reject it, right? Reject is this one. So rejection actually have two sides. The middle, if is the middle, you don't reject it, but it's this side, you reject it, this side, reject it, they're symmetric. So basically, you got P, Z less than equal to Z1, plus, suppose this is Z1, this is Z2. You only have to find one of them, it's fine. So Z bigger than equal to Z2, you reject it, because it's too far away, close to the mu equals 120. Okay, so rejection. Type 1 error is rejection error probability. It's rejected. So type 1 alpha is this. Alpha is reject probability. So now, since they are symmetric, is 2p z less than equal to negative 1.3. So it's 2 times probability of 1.83. You find 1.83, 1.83 is 0.123. So 0.0336. So the answer is going to be 0.672. This is how we find the alpha. And in the same way, you can find the beta. Okay, so beta is going to be from, you have to find our beta is probability of x less than equal to 135, bigger than equal to 105, and you have to use that. You have to add 0.1. You have to add 0.5 into it. So P equals 0.3, you just find this one, By the way, you have to add 0.5. Add 0.5 onto it. So 105. I think you have to do from 135.5 minus 120 over 120 over square root of 32. So over 8.485. 8.485 less than, what do you need to, probability less than, oh, the second one you have to do a little bit different. It's not different, it's just you have to a different mu now for the second one, because it changed the p. When the p is changed, so the p equals 0.3, now the mu equals mp, which is 300 times 0.3, which is 90. And you have to find a sigma equals mpq, and is square root of 300 multiplied by 0.3 multiplied by 0.7, and it's going to be 3 times is square root of, let me see, it's 0.3. So what you got is going to be square root of 300 times 0.3 is 90. So let me try. 300 multiplied by 0.3 multiplied by 0.7 equals 63. Okay, square root of 63, which is 7.937. So you have to use a new thing. You have to do a new thing, which is probability of z less than. This is 135. 135.5 minus mu is 90 over 7.937 less than, bigger than 1.5, 1.4 over 5. I think it's either one. You have to try. I think it's 1.4.5 minus. Okay, you have to do 1 minus, what is that? 90. Yes, 90 divided by 7.937. Okay, and then you find that is probability B, and find a 2z score and find out the probability you got that. Okay, so let me continue the next one. So this is going to be exactly the same thing what we did in the previous one. Is exactly the same thing. Group of 8 and 4. So this one, okay, it's binomial. It's much. It's not. We don't have to use a normal distribution. It's binomial distribution. So first one, I do one of them. You do the second one. So alpha equals 0.5. Okay, so p equals 0.5. P equals 0.5, and n equals 8. What do we need to do? We find the 8. N equals 8. It says 4 or more. We say relief, will not reject. So the rejection, alpha is reject, right? Alpha is reject probability. So alpha is reject probability, is the probability of the x not bigger than 4, so it's less than 4. Less than 4 is 103. So less than 4. So x equals less than 4, which basically is the binomial. So it's going to be n equals 0 to 3. And probability of x. So now, according to this one, we can find p equals 0.5 and n. 0.5 is here, go down this row, going down to here, 7, 7, 8. Go down. Okay, 8 is the second one. So 8, p equals 5 is this one. Okay, so it's 0.36. You see that point? It's just a 0.3633. Directly read that is enough. Okay. So second one, so beta is non-reject, and still have 8 is 0.4, but p equals 0.4. We're going to look at this one. So non-reject is going to be from n from 4 to 8. So it's 1 minus probability of x less 1 minus from n equals 0 to 3. Okay, so now this one you got 0.4 is 1 minus 0.4 is going to 5941 minus 0.5941. This one equals, you got 0.4069. No, 59. Sorry, it's 59. Okay, so you should get this one and the second one. All right, so number 5. Number 5 is exactly the same method we did in number 2. Number 3. Number 5 is the same method as number 3. You need to find out mu equals mp and sigma equals square root of mpq, and then you use z equals x plus 0.5 minus mu over sigma, and find the z1, z2. So alpha is rejection area. So this one is much simpler. Actually, it says less than 26. You find out the mu equals 40 times what? 40 times 80, so it's 32. Okay, and you find the square root of that is 0.4 times 0.6 times how many you have? 80. So you take the square root of that. So it's 0.4 times 0.6 times 80 equals, take a square root, and it's 4.38. Use that, since it says less than 26, so it's 25. So you're going to do 25.5 minus 32 over 4.38. Let me see what that is. So it's 25.5 minus 32 equals, divided by 4.38 equals, so is z equals negative 1.48. What is that? This says to test the claim extra group of 80 that defined to, there is a Houle relief if x is less than 26, and we shall not reject the hypothesis. Okay, so if it's less than, we reject it. If it's not less than, so we're not reject it. Okay, let me double check it, see if make sure I did it right. And 32 times 0.6 and then it's 0.6 equals, take a square root, make sure I'm doing right, and then 25.5 minus 32 over that, 25.5 minus 32 equals, divided by 4.38 equals 1.48. So let's say it, 1.48. 1.48. Okay, so let me say less than 26, so it's 25. So up to 25, and 25.5 less than that. Okay, so it's 4.6. I think that's how I did it last year, previously. Let me double check it. 25.5. Is it 24.5? So it's up to, alpha is rejected. It's less than 26, we reject it. Less than 26 is going to be 25. Yeah, it's 25.5 or 24.5. Let me check. 24. What is 24.5 minus 32 equals, divided by divided by 4.38 equals 1.71. And the answer is 00694. 00694. Yeah, it should be this 00694. Where is it? 694. It's here. 1.48. Yeah, that's right. I did it right. So negative 1.48 here. So negative 1.48 is z. So we did it right. So z less than negative 1.48. So equals, you can check 1.4 go up to 8 is going to be 0.0694. Okay, that's how you do this one for the first one. The second one is pretty much similar, but you have to do something else because the p is changing. You have to redo it again. Mu equals mp equals 80. Excuse me, 24. You have to do another sigma. 80 times 0.3 times 0.7. You have to do another sigma, and then this time you have to do P is X is bigger than 26. X is bigger than equal 26. So you have to do P Z is less than equal to 26.5 minus 24 over sigma. What is sigma? So 80 times 0.3 times 0.7 equals, take a square root, 4.0987. So what we need to do, 26.5 minus 24 equals, divided by 4.0987 equals, so equals 0.61. Okay, so Z is bigger than 0.61. Let's just find out 0.61. What is 0.61? 0.61 is 7291. 7291. Wait. 0.6661. Oh, 60. I think we got 60 maybe. So 7257. 7257. Let me see. And you have to use 1 minus it. Okay, so 1 minus it. Right, you should get 0.3557 is bigger than that. Okay, so that's how you do. It's a 25 less than 26. So less than 26 is from 25. So 26.5 or 25.5. Maybe it's 20. Okay, so bigger than 26, bigger than equal 26. So 26.5, and let me double check it again. Okay, 25.5. So let me double check it. 25.5 minus 24 equals, divided by So what you need to do is do 80 multiplied by times 0.3 times, let me double check, 80s times 0.7 equals, take 80 times 0.3 times 0.7 equals, take a square root, 4.0987. Other one is 25.5 is a 25.5, 24.5 minus 24 divided by 4.0987 equals, it should not be 26.5 minus 4.0987. No, wait. 22.5 divided by 4.0987 equals 0.6099. So it's 0.61. So it's going to be 1 minus P, Z less than 0.61. And 0.61 is 1 minus 0.7291. Let me check if I got it right. Okay, so why I don't get it right? It should be the same. 0.3, 26. For the second one, beta is you do not reject it. You do not reject it, so P relative is 0.3. I remember that's how I did it. MP equals 24. Let me say 26.1. Oh, I think it's 25.5. Let me double check it. 25.5 minus, because it's 20, start from 26. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I got it. So it starts from 26, but it's going to be the 0.5 before it. So 25.5. Oh, my bad. So it starts from 25. It's 20. Start from 26, but it's half is you approximate. So is actually I gave a little bit flexibility is 25.5 minus 24 equals divided by 4.0987 equals, so 0.73, 0 less than 73. 73 is 37 is 0.6443, so it's subtracted. Okay, so 1 minus 6443 equals 1 minus 0.6443 equals 3557 is second one. Okay, perfect. This one is the same idea. Let me check. Yeah, it's exactly the same it's exactly the same method as the previous one. What you need to do, you find the mu equals MP. Oh, it actually gives everything. That's even better. This one is even better because it gives you x is a normal distribution as 2220, 15, and machines check the periodicity by 9 drinks. So what you need to do, the first one is x is less than 208 plus probability of x is bigger than 232. This is rejection. Alpha is rejection. Rejection, it has to be, well, accepted probability is this one is accepted, but other than that, two sides rejected, right? Rejection area is going to be this two. So rejection is this two because it's not even close to mean value. So now we just need to, I think they're symmetric. So we just need to find one of them. Z less than 208 minus 220 divided by 15 over square root of 9. So it's Z equals x minus mu over sigma over square root of n. Okay, so now what you need to do is this one and you plus this. This is very symmetric. You can compare this. Compare this one to this one is 12. This one to this one is 12. So it's symmetric. So you just let it multiply by 2. That'll be enough. So 2 times probability of Z less than, what you need to do, 208 minus 220 equals, divided by 5 equals 2.4. So Z less than 2.4. So equals, okay, 2.4. The probability of negative 2.4, my bad, negative 2.4. Negative 2.4 is, wait, negative 0.0082. The 2 times 0.0082. So the probability is 0.0164. That's how I find this one. Okay, the second one is not rejection, right? So not rejected. Not rejected is going to be commit 2. So when mu equals 235, the second one is a little bit different. So mu equals 235. Not rejected is going to be probability of x still less than 232 bigger than 208. So not rejected is probability of 208 minus 235 divided by 15 over square root of 9 less than Z less than 232 minus 235 over 15 over square root of 9. So the answer is going to be probability. This one is going to be very big. Oh, where's my calculator? Oh my gosh. So calculator. Okay, so it's 208 minus 235 equals divided by 5 equals. This is a big number, 0.52. So you can actually skip this one. This is a very small 0.00000. So less than this, less than 232 minus 235 equals divided by, still have the sigma is 5 and it is 0.6, negative 0.6. So basically the probability is going to be probability of Z less than 0.6 minus PZ less than negative 0.4. Well, this one is going to be 0.0000, a lot of 0 is too small. So we basically look at it negative 0.6. Negative 0.6, you can look at this. 0.6 going down is 27. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Okay. 0.6 is 2743. That's how we got this one. Okay. So number 7. It's exactly repeat the same process of this problem. Okay. So starting from number 8, you only need to do. Starting for number 8, you can use the StatCrunch to do the all of the problems. Let me see what is StatCrunch. Okay, so open StatCrunch, and the first one is report the claims average 32, leave about 38 when 40% of the calories replaced by that. I believe you less than 66 at that place. Okay. So the first one, you find a test statistics. Use p-value in the conclusion. Stats, t-distribution, and one sample. Wait, ty sample, and with summary. What do? You type in everything. So it's report. Okay, so when 40% of that replaced that is okay, less than 38. So change that into 38. Okay, then this one is less than, and sample mean is 32. You have type in 32. Standard deviation is 3 point. Wait. Sample size is 66. I believe this is not 32. The sample mean value is 60. Data have an average life of 37. So I have to change this into 37. 37, 3.366, mu equal 38, less than 38. Okay, computed. So you get your t distribution. T value is negative 2.46. Put it here. P value 0.0082, and is less than is bigger than 0.775, less than 0.01 p value. Compare these two. Reject it because it's small. P is small. P is low. The non-hypothesis must go, which means reject the non-hypothesis. We have to reject it. P is small, P is low, we reject it. P is high, non-hypothesis fly. So reject the non-hypothesis because we have sufficient evidence to support that this left will be less than 38. Okay. Number 9. Okay. So the number 9, you have to do one thing. Although you can use the t-distribution, one sample, star summary, you got the mean value, just typing everything. So what do you have is the mean value is what? Mean value is test hypothesis 5.5. So put this one 5.5 and less than, non-hypothesis less than, you have to type in that as well. Sample mean value 5.36. Standard deviation is 0.26. Sample size 68. And compute. Okay, this one gave you a t value is negative 4.44. It gives you this one. But it asks you what is the t is what? Now you read this problem. It says mu is less than 5.5. Actually, you need to find out t value here. This is a critical t value. Okay, anything in this area we reject the non-hypothesis. But now you find that t is negative 4.44. How do you find the t critical value here? T is less than the critical value here is negative 1.767. How do you get this one? Actually, you do this one, you have to use, you cannot use the table. Look, if you use the table, you don't have 68. You only have 40, 60. But it's going to be some number it's going to be a number 68, a special one. So what you need to do, you can use the T calculator online. Okay, Google it. Google T calculator. T distribution calculator. You can do this. Okay, what you need to do, you just need to type in degree of freedom 67, you subtract 1. Probability level is 0.05, right? Let me check. Yep. Okay, so it's from the problem, yeah, problem is 0.05 level. Okay, you can look at this, what I typed here. 0.0 level and 67 degree freedom, and its right tail is 1.67. Because it's less than is left tail is negative, so it's negative 1.67. Okay, negative. Right tail is here, it goes this way, is 1.7, but now it's left tail. Left tail, this is the critical value. If a T value in this region, you reject it. So now T, I got it from the StatCrunch, I got a negative 4.44, so I reject it. Pretty simple, right? Okay, number 10, you don't have to find a critical value, just use the StatCrunch. It's T distribution, standard normal distribution, Z-score. So Z with summary. What you need to do, you type in mu equals, just type in all of them. Okay, so first one is mu equals 900. Standard deviation is 32. Okay, let me find 892. So 891, and sample size, standard deviation is 38. Sample size is 32, and mu equals 900. And null hypothesis, okay, just compute it. It gives you the Z-score, this stat, negative 1.33. Okay, so, and also it gives you p-value 0.18. And this p-value is big, it's too big. Compared with 0.005, it's big. So we do not reject it. Is that simple? Oh, why is it like that? Let me see. Okay. And it becomes smaller. Okay, so next one, you have the t-test, the test of statistics. This one you need to find a critical value. Critical value, what you need to do, you still have to use that calculator. For here, what do you just type in the online calculator? You type in, why I do have this? So you type in, since that is 9, so what you need to do, you put, sorry, since the 10 number, the freedom is 9, and is 1 level, 0.1 level. So what you need to do, you type in 0.1, calculate. So now you have 2.1, wait, 0.01, right? 0.1 level, and the freedom is 9. And you find out that, t value 2 tail, because it's not equal. 2 tail is negative 1.383, positive 1.83. You reject it. You reject if it's 2 tail. You reject it if it's come to this region or this region. So now I use this data, and you find the t value is 1.35. This is negative 1.83, this is 1.83. So now I find the t value equals 1.35. I'm not going to reject it because not in rejection area. Okay, so not rejected. Okay, so now how do I find a 1.35? You can use the StatCrunch to do it. Okay, StatCrunch is going to be you have to do this, copy it. Control V, let me see, Control C, okay, put it here, Control V, okay, I have this, and now stat, t-distribution with one sample and one sample summary. Oh, my bad. Data. T1 sample, and with data. With variable 1, and t equals, well, null hypothesis 10. And you change that as 0 into 10. So it is 10, and compute. You can see I got t distribution 1.35, and also got p-value 2.02. So 0.2. 0.2 is big, is compared with 0.1 is too big. So we do not reject it. P is high, the null hypothesis fly. You got 1.35. That's simple. Okay, so number 12. Find t. The statistics is the same thing. Okay, you would not have any trouble with that. You just use t distribution, one sample with summary. Type in 2296. You type in here. Type in standard deviation. Type in sample size. You got that. It's pretty simple. Okay. And number 13. Okay, so what do you do for this one? You have to do two t distribution, 2 sample with summary. Okay, so you need to do the first one. Okay, so first one is average. So both. You got 30. You got this one's 30. The sample mean for the first one, you don't know what it is, so just put a 1. The average of out 135 points, so it's 1.351. It doesn't matter because you just need that difference. You put 2, you have to put 2.351. You make sure they have the difference of that. And the standard deviation. So first one is 10.7. Oh wait, my bad. 0.107. This one, the standard deviation is 0.101. Compute. Okay, and I think I have to do mu1 minus mu2. You have to when I do that, you have to put the higher one in front because mu1 minus mu2, the higher one. You got the t-value is positive. When I do that, I didn't pay attention which one is higher, which one is smaller, but you will have the same answer as is positive. You have to have a positive because the higher one put in the front. You can see the you read the problem again, make sure you match the size. Which one is mu1, which one is mu2. Okay, you can definitely see it's positive. You work out it, but if you reverse, it's going to be negative. It's going to be positive. So you got the p-value is less than 0.0005, reject because it's too small. That's pretty simple, right? And let me see. Oh, why do that again? So okay, so now this one, find a t. This is the same thing as the previous one. What do you need to do? There's no problem to find this 0.87. But you need to use the calculator to find 1.68. Use that t calculator. Use this calculator. Find out this t 1.68. What do you need to do? How many 48 pieces, right? So do 47. Let me see. So what do you need to do? Do 47. Probability is 0.05. And is 1 tail. Calculate. So it's 1 tail because it's bigger than 11. Bigger than 11 is 1 tail, not equal to tail. Less than 1 tail, left tail. Bigger than right tail, not equal to tail. So it's 1 tail, right tail because bigger than right tail is 1.68. So you put 1.68 here. So now you find a t value, find the statistical value by using the statistics, by using the StatCrunch table here. You just do t distribution, two sample with a summary. So the average be by at least 11. What do you need to do? You need to type in everything. Okay, so let's do one by one. So 11. This one. Sample 1 mean value is what? Average is 8. 88.7. Standard deviation 6.03. Sample size both are 48. Second one 78.7. Standard deviation 5.19. Sample size 48. Compute. Negative 0.87. So this is a t, and compare this one with the previous one. This one is not bigger than that, so we do not reject it. If you look at the picture, well, then you can also look at the p-value. The p-value is 0.38. This is too big compared with the 0.05. It's bigger than 0.0005. P is high, the null hypothesis fly, so we don't really, we do not reject null hypothesis. So number 15. Number 15, okay, you have the experimental result. You put in the same, you just do the exact same thing, okay? So what you need to do, you change all of this. Change this number into this number, change the s into this s, change the x2 in this x2. It's pretty simple, okay? Let me see. Why don't go that? Okay. So you need to change all of them. Change that in the 37800 5200. Sample size. What is sample size? Let me say it later. So let's change this one first. Okay, 39800 5900. So at large, that tires, I think it's 12, right? Or 12 or 10. I remember it's 12. Just say if it's right. If it's not right, I'll change that. I believe it's 12. Remember that. Okay, so it's negative 0.88. You got the same thing. And the p-value is between 0.3 and 0.4, so you do not reject it. Okay, so that's it. That's how you do all of these problems. All right, I'm going to upload it.